Russ Heltman of Cincinnati Bearcats on SI here with UC cornerback Matthew McDoom. Matthew, you guys have started out pretty well on defense. You broke through the turnover bug
Yes, sir.
on Saturday. Is that something where it could be just kind of like an avalanche effect where you could start rolling downhill with the turnovers and really starting to put those together? Or is it just turnovers are inherently pretty random and you guys just have to keep doing what you're doing and let them fall to you?
Um, Definitely got to keep doing what we're doing, but I say we need to cause more. So I say that's just our problem. We just need to get more turnovers.
What is your kind of process for, because cornerback where you're playing, you don't get a ton of opportunities to punch the ball.
Yes, sir.
But with the ball in the air, how many have you seen a lot of those opportunities for you so far this year? And how do you think you're capitalizing on, despite not having an interception so far? How do you think you're playing the ball in the air?
I got a few targets so far in the last 3 games. But first game against Nebraska, I gave up a fade, but I say that was my only mess up so far. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Just waiting for more plays to come my way.
These first 3 games, the fact that it's Nebraska, then Bowling Green, then Northwestern State, kind of in a descending level of talent that you guys are facing, does that kind of change the way you look at the non-conference? Does it kind of make it murkier the way you guys have improved throughout the last 3 weeks? Is there anything to that, or is each game their kind of own animal?
Each game is different. Every team is a different team. We preach 1-0 every week, go 1-0. So whoever is up, that's our goal. It doesn't matter who it is, what level of conference or whatever. Just 1-0, just go win that week, and then get to Dallas.
What is your bye week process? What do you go through? Is there anything you change compared to a normal week with how you go about preparation, recovery, stuff like that?
Everything stays the same, really. It's just there's no game, but everything's the same. The mindset, the focus, preparation. Just it's an extra week to get ready for Kansas. So I'll say no, it's not like a week off. It's just another week to prepare. I'll say.
What was kind of your biggest takeaway? Because we didn't get to talk since the Nebraska game. What is kind of your biggest takeaway from that game? Just being able to start out with that level of competition and really test yourself against what will be. I mean, they're a top 30, top 35 team. That's basically, when you look at the power rankings and the analytic models for the Big 12, it's basically the whole top 8 of the Big 12 is top 30 to top 35 teams.
Yeah.
It's a good taste of what you guys are going to get.
What's the question again? My bad.
Just what was your kind of takeaway for yourself, how you played in that game, and how you're kind of trying to adjust your game since then, going into the Big 12?
For that being my first game, it was amazing. That's why I transferred. I wanted to come play against better competition, in a better environment. And that was a one-of-a-kind environment, packed out Nebraska fans. But I say it prepares. I've been prepared, preparing since I got here for this. I've been waiting for this, so I'm excited. I'm just ready to keep going.
How do you combat the matchup against taller receivers? What is your number one kind of, is there a trick? Is there something that you've learned that you've tried to use that maybe gives a guy who has a height disadvantage a little bit of a leg up in that battle? Or is there anything there?
It's just competing, really. Every receiver is different. But to the big guys, it's just making sure everything is on point. Technique, alignment, everything got to be on point because being a smaller corner, one mess up and that could be it. So you just got to make sure everything is on point.
What would you say has been the secondary's biggest strength so far and the biggest weakness?
I'd say one of our biggest strengths is communication. We've been talking very well the past few games. I'd say a weakness is just we need more turnovers, really. We just got to cause more turnovers. Peak did a great job last game with getting a punch out. But it's just like stuff like that, we need more.
The strength of the defense kind of has been the back end so far, especially with Dante banged up a little bit. Have you guys felt that? Have you felt obviously the impact from Antoine has been fantastic so far this season, and the linebacker play has been great from Golday and a lot of those guys. Is it different to have it that way compared to other teams you've been on, or is this kind of what you're used to of the defense kind of being led back to front a little bit?
It's always the front end depends on the back end depends on the front end.
Yeah.
So we all just, it's just a unit, defensive unit, everybody working together, So I don't feel like I don't feel like we have a problem. So I feel like we're doing good so far.
The biggest factor that you've loved about being at UC, just coming here so far, kind of being fully engrossed in the swing of the season?
Um, I'd say one, being in here, being in this facility with this team is just amazing. Every day is just really just getting better and better because you're just getting used to everybody. Everybody, it's just we're all just trying to make it to the Big 12 conference. So it's just everybody with that one mindset. It's amazing being here.
The last question here for Matthew McDoom, UC cornerback. The advantage that you get coming off a bye compared to another team. I think Kansas maybe. I don't know what actually their game is coming up, but I know they have a game coming up after with you guys on the schedule. Just is there anything really to that? Is that something that you can actually feel that you've noticed in your career, or is it just it's kind of each person is their own player and it's just about how you prepare each week and keep your body right?
Really just how you prepare. A lot of people take bye weeks differently.
Yeah.
I feel like this over here in Cincinnati, everybody's focused. It's a bye week, but everybody's so locked in to the goal. Big 12 plays coming soon, so everybody's just locked in to get ready to go.
UC cornerback Matthew Bethune. Thank you, Matthew.
Appreciate you.